The Hells Angels and Bandidos are two of the most prominent outlaw motorcycle clubs, OMCs, in the world. Both have long and often violent histories rooted in motorcycle culture, rebellion, and organized crime. Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, CHAMC Origins, founded March 17, 1948 in Fontana, California. Founders: World War II, veterans and motorcycling enthusiasts. The name Hells Angels is believed to be inspired by WPU bomber squadrons and aviation units. Expansion: initially a California-based group, the Hells Angels grew rapidly. During the 1950s-1970s, riding the wave of post-war rebellion and counterculture, became internationally known after the 1965 Hunter S. Thompson book, Hells Angels, The Strange and Terrible Saga of the Outlaw Motorcycle Gangs. By the 1990s, they had chapters in Canada, Europe, Australia, and elsewhere. Criminal activities: alleged convicted drug trafficking, especially methamphetamine and cocaine, weapons smuggling, extortion, assault, and murder, control of prostitution and sex trafficking in some regions. Cultural impact: seen as counterculture icons in the 1960s. Famously provided security at the Altamont Free Concert, 1969, where a member stabbed a man to death. AMC members often claim to be a club, not a gang, but law enforcement in multiple countries designates them as a criminal organization. Bandidos Motorcycle Club Origins founded March 4, 1966, in San Leon, Texas. Founder: Donald Eugene Mother Chambers, a Vietnam veteran. Chambers reportedly started the club after being rejected by the Hells Angels. Expansion rapidly grew across the U.S., particularly in the South and Midwest. Expanded internationally by the 1980s, especially strong in Australia, Europe, especially Scandinavia, and Asia, known for the motto, "We are the people our parents warned us about." Criminal activities: alleged, convicted, drug production and distribution, arms trafficking, violent turf wars with rival clubs, especially the Hells Angels, money laundering and organized theft. Major incidents: Nordic Biker War, 1994-1997, violent conflict with Hells Angels in Scandinavia, included bombings, assassinations, and rocket attacks. Waco Shootout, 2015. A deadly shootout involving Bandidos and rival club Cossacks in Waco, Texas, resulting in 9 deaths. Hells Angels versus Bandidos. These clubs have a long-standing rivalry, often violent, especially in Europe. Control of territory, drug routes, and dominance in the biker subculture fuels their conflicts. They have fought in Germany, Denmark, Sweden, Canada, and Australia, with dozens of fatalities over the decades. Present day, both clubs claim to be brotherhoods of motorcycle enthusiasts. Law enforcement and Interpol continue to monitor both as organized crime syndicates. Despite crackdowns, they retain thousands of members globally, some active in criminal enterprises, others focused on motorcycling and camaraderie, into key global events, structure, and current status of both the Hells Angels and Bandidos. Organizational structure: Hells Angels hierarchy: President, Vice President, Secretary, Treasurer, Sergeant-at-Arms, and Enforcer. Members often referred to as patched members once they earn their full club insignia. Support clubs: Hells Angels maintain puppet or support. Clubs to carry out street-level crimes, e.g. Red Devils MC. Strong internal discipline. Expulsion or betrayal often results in severe retaliation. Bandidos similar rank structure to Hells Angels. Club motto: Bandidos forever, forever Bandidos. BFFB. Their support clubs include Chicanos MC, Kinfolk MC, and others, known for strict loyalty. Club secrets and betrayals are met with violent consequences. Key global events and conflicts: the Nordic Biker War, 1994-1997, fought mainly between the Hells Angels and Bandidos in Denmark, Norway, Finland, and Sweden, resulted in over 35 casualties and hundreds injured. Bikers used military-grade weapons like anti-tank rockets, notably in Copenhagen. Danish police created an anti-biker task force following this conflict. Australia conflict, 2000s present. Australia became a battleground for both clubs, especially in Queensland and New South Wales. Laws such as anti-association legislation were passed to curb their influence. Violent turf wars have involved drive-by shootings, bombings, and assassinations. Germany and Europe Bandidos were dominant in Germany until the Hells Angels began expanding aggressively in the 2000s. Several peace treaties were attempted, but outbreaks of violence persist. German police banned or raided multiple chapters of both clubs in recent years. Canada, the Hells Angels dominate the Canadian outlaw biker scene, particularly in Quebec. The Quebec Biker War, 1994-2002, between the Hells Angels and a rival gang called the Rock Machine, which later joined Bandidos. Over 160 people were killed. The war ended when law enforcement cracked down, jailing several top figures. United States Bandidos are strongest in Texas and the southern U.S., while the Hells Angels hold sway in California and the West Coast. Tensions persist, but open warfare is less common due to increased federal pressure. Waco Shootout, 2015. A confrontation between Bandidos and Cossacks MC during a meeting resulted in 9 deaths and over 170 arrests. Though not directly against Hells Angels, it highlighted Bandidos' violent reputation. Law Enforcement Response Global designation. Many countries classify both Hells Angels and Bandidos as criminal organizations, allowing for asset seizures, clubhouse, bans, mass arrests, restrictions on displaying club colors, patch bans, RICO Act in the U.S. The Hells Angels have been repeatedly targeted under the Racketeer-Influenced and Corrupt Organizations, RICO, Act. Several chapters of the Bandidos were dismantled after FBI infiltration and sting operations. Current status, 2020-2025. Hells Angels, estimated to have 5,000-plus full-patch members in over 50 countries, active in the US, Canada, Australia, and Western Europe. Maintain a low public profile in many areas due to law enforcement pressure. Bandidos, estimated 2,500-plus members worldwide, with strong presence in Europe, Australia, and South America, still aggressive in recruiting and expanding territories. Decline in US activity since 2015, but remain powerful in Latin America and Europe. Rivalries and alliances. Hells Angels primary. Rivals, Bandidos MC, especially in Europe and Australia. Outlaws, MC Mongols, MC Pagans, MC Alliances, Red Devils, MC Primary Support Club. Headhunters, MC New Zealand. Internal alliances vary based on regional politics. Not all chapters are tightly coordinated globally. Bandidos primary rivals. Hells Angels, MC Cossacks MC, especially in Texas. Outlaws MC, at times allies but also competitors. Alliances, Chicanos MC, Kinfolk MC, Chosen Few. MC some regional ties with Mongols MC and Satan's Slaves MC, depending on territory. Recruitment and membership process, common phases for both clubs. Hang around. An outsider gets close to club members, helps out, and attends events. Prospect, a formal probationary period. Can last 6 months to 2 years. During this time, the individual proves loyalty, takes orders, and follows club rules. Full patch member, awarded the colors, club patches, signaling full membership. Requirements often include owning a Harley-Davidson or similar large bike. Criminal, background not always disqualifying, in fact, sometimes favored. Willingness to fight, follow orders, and maintain secrecy. Internal discipline and punishment. Club rules are strict and enforced through internal courts or decisions by the executive officers. Violations, e.g., betrayal, talking to law enforcement, stealing, insubordination, can result in expulsion, out bad or out in bad standing, beatings or blanket parties. In extreme cases, murder. Members leaving the club often must return their patches, sometimes forcibly. Legal battles and public defense Hells Angels often sue media or police departments for using the club's name and logo improperly, claimed to be a motorcycle club, not a criminal gang. Trademark lawsuits have been filed to protect the Death Head logo, making them unique among OMCs for legally defending their brand. Bandidos generally avoid public litigation. Less legally organized compared to OMC, but also dispute gang designation. Claim that criminal actions are committed by rogue members, not endorsed by the organization. Media and popular culture portrayal Hells Angels, frequently referenced in films, books, and documentaries. Popularized by Hunter S. Thompson's Hells Angels, 1966, appear in Sons of Anarchy, Gangland, Outlaw Empires, and Netflix documentaries. Bandidos, less visible in Hollywood, but featured in Gangland, History Channel. Biker Wars, Brothers in Arms, Australia, based on the Milpera massacre of 1984, known for being less media-friendly and more insular. Women. And the club's neither group allows female members. Women may be girlfriends or property of members, especially in older club culture, sometimes granted old lady status if in a long-term relationship with a high-ranking member. Modern criticism highlights sexism, abuse, and trafficking linked to some chapter, counter-surveillance decline, or evolution. While police crackdowns, anti-gang laws, and RICO charges have weakened their criminal structures in some countries, both clubs continue to adapt, moving to low-profile operations, investing in legitimate businesses, auto shops, security firms, tattoo parlors, using support clubs and younger gangs to do criminal work, shielding senior members, adopting encrypted communication and counter-surveillance.